Hi everyone, it's your boy Gabs here, and I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is doing great, and I just created this video. This is going to be my first video. This is the first video that I'll be posting on my social media, in YouTube, especially in YouTube, and because I am the type of person that actually search for something. I do my research first before I purchase something. I've been into a lot of reviews. I watch a lot of reviews, been into a lot of websites, ask a lot of people to what camera should I get, since I am planning to upgrade. And one of the things that I actually see that would fit my my purpose, which is doing photography and videography as a hobby. I'm not a professional. It's just I wanted the camera that would actually help me to be more creative and capture videos, capture photos that would tell a story. And for your reference, I have here my old camera. So this is an old camera. This is my companion for years already. It's been almost a decade. More than a decade. It was released way back 2011, and still I have this camera, and I've been using this camera throughout those years. So now I plan to upgrade, and I actually saw that someone is selling this Canon 200D or Canon Rebel SL2 online. And when I check the features, when I check the camera, what does this camera can bring to the table, I actually see that everything that I need on a camera is something this Canon Rebel SL2 actually can offer. So it can deliver, definitely, on paper. For reference, this is the 600D. It's an 18 megapixels APS-C sensor, and I upgraded to this Canon 200D with a slight bump to the megapixel count, which is now 24 megapixels. So why did I upgrade? So I guess that one essential feature is the thing that really pushes me to let go of this 600D and do an upgrade to a camera. There are lots of choices in the market for an old camera that you can still use 2025 and the following years, but you are not just sure which one to get, because for a person like me that I have to save a lot just to get my gears or just to purchase an accessory for my camera, for my lens, I have to make sure that what I get is the best possible. And so there's mirrorless cameras like the Sony a6000. I actually tried those cameras, but I'm not saying that this camera is better than those, but for me, in my style, this is the best camera that I should get. So first reason why I get these cameras instead of getting those more popular cameras like the Sony Alpha 6000. It's the autofocus. So this thing has a dual pixel autofocus, and it has a face tracking as well, continuous autofocus, AI servo, and it focuses really well. And if I lean forward, doing like that, move backward, the camera will try to look for my face and focus on it to keep me on the frame, to keep me on the focus. So that's actually the thing that's actually missing on this Canon 600D. Well, that camera, the 200D, is not close to perfect. It's not perfect at all, but that's the feature that I really wanted to get, or I really wanted to have on a camera, and that's the thing that's missing here. With this 600D, once you click on the record button, it no longer hunts for the face, it no longer detect on the subject. What's the focus before you press the record will be the focus at the end of the video, unless you can reach for the shutter button and half press on it so that the camera will try to focus on the subject. But in this situation like this, that I'm 2 or 3 meters away from the camera, I can no longer press on the shutter button. I can no longer half press on the shutter button for the camera to autofocus. So basically I have to set it to manual focus and, you know, pray to all of the gods that I'll be in focus in the video that I'm creating. And you know, that's a deal breaker for me. That's something I need to upgrade. It's 2025. Even smartphones has this great autofocus systems nowadays. It's no longer a problem to be considered in 2025, and that's the reason why I upgrade to 200D. Now, next is image quality. So yeah, as a reference, I'm from this Canon 600D, and I just got this Canon 200D recently. And for the image quality in both, let's do photos first. So the difference that I noticed with the Canon 200D is that it has a sharper image. It has a wide range of wider dynamic range compared to the Canon 600D, and also it captures the image faster. And that's a feature that that we wanted to be on a camera, that's to capture images quickly, yet the image should be clear, and the quality should be retained, right? I'm not saying that this Canon 600D is bad. I really have no problem with the photography aspect on this Canon 600D, but I just wanna emphasize that the 200D has a better image quality in terms of the photos that we capture. Now, for the video, I can say that I can get a better quality video with this Canon 200D. It's because it now have 1080p on 60 frames per second compared to the maximum resolution this Canon 600D can offer, which is 1080p at 30 fps. So basically it's times 2 the frame rate. So it's twice the frame rate on this Canon 200D, and also the autofocus thing. But if we talk about the colors, the contrast, on those other things other than the autofocus, I can say that they are the same, they are on par, but 200D is a bit better if we are going to compare them side by side. And yeah, just for reference as well, I have this Canon 200D for just around 5 days, but the excitement's still there. I tested this camera throughout that 5 days, and I really enjoyed it. It's not a pro level, it's not a pro grade camera, but it can capture decent photos and videos. So it's up to us on how we are going to adjust those captured photos and videos in post. So yes, I really love this Canon 200D. I'm starting to love it. And for the 600D, it has lots of love. I really love this camera. I've been with this camera for I think it was a decade since I got this camera, but time flies by, and we also have to upgrade since the standard nowadays actually it's improving as well. The next thing is the build quality. So this is the aspect where it cements the build quality that Canon gives to their camera. cameras that was released way back, 13 or 14 years ago. It's because they actually have the same materials used in building these cameras. It's not metal, it's plastic, but it's a hard type of plastic, and I can say that it's the same material used in 200D. So I have this camera for a decade already, and it's still working. It's still in shape, though there are battle scars and scratches all around the camera. But the thing is that this camera has withstand the torture, the unfortunes in those 10 or 11 years of having this camera. So I'm expecting that the Canon 200D will do the same, since when I inspect both of them, they really have, they look the same. The materials used in building these cameras were identical. When you try to tap on the side of this camera, it really sounds durable. There's no question in the build quality of this camera. Next is the performance of the battery. Now, in terms of performance of the battery, it is actually a subjective matter. It's because we have a different style of taking photos and taking videos. There are people who likes capturing multiple photos and choose one out of those photos to be posted or to be processed afterwards. But it's not me. I'm the type of person who actually tries to frame my shots first before I click on the shutter, and always try to optimize my things. I don't want to get a lot of photos and take one or two photos out of those burst shots. I just take one shot, and if it's not good, then so be it. I'll just take a shot again. But that's how I work. I don't want to mess up with, I don't want to create a mess out of a lot of photos and videos taken on a single moment. I just take a picture of that single moment. If it's good, perfect. If it's not, then I just have to move on and take another shot. For the battery performance, this 200D is actually a superior one. So remember when I said that I had this camera for 5 days already? So I just charged the battery when I got this camera, and so far for 5 days, that's still the battery that I'm using right now. And let me check. So yeah, the battery is still in full bars. So that's only a testament that the battery of these cameras were actually great. So it's the same thing with this Canon 600D. The battery of this camera is very superb. It can last you for days as well. So it really depends on how you use your cameras. And I don't want to, I'm the type of, I'm the type of user that doesn't really torture my stuffs. So, I just take a single shot, then check. If it's good, then great. And yeah, I don't take a lot of photos. I don't do burst shots frequently. I do it sometimes, but yeah, there are certain scenarios that we really need a burst shot, but not all the time. Next is the usage performance. So from a person coming from the 600D, which was released way back 2011, I can say that the 200D is ahead in terms of usage performance. It's because first, it has a new sensor, so basically more a higher megapixel count, so basically more megapixels, more details. So in post-processing, it lessens the amount of effort that we insert in editing the photos. So basically this has 18 megapixels, and there are times that when I crop into the image quality really degrades. You can see the grains in there, and I have to fix that in post process. But with this new Canon 200D, my new camera, it has 24 megapixels, so those extra pixels will actually help to lessen the editing time that I will be spending in editing those photos that I took, and also touchscreen as well. So basically, touchscreen is one of the best things to have with this camera. The touchscreen is very responsive. It's very smart that you just have to tap on the subject and the camera will try to focus on that subject even that subject is moving. So the camera will do its best to keep track of that subject, and it's really helpful. And that thing or that feature is not present in this Canon 200D. So you have to do a manual focus if those things are moving, or you have to trust the autofocus system of this old camera to focus on those subjects. Good thing is that this camera is better in terms of the usage. It's because it has touchscreen, it focuses on the subject faster compared to the Canon 600D. So yeah, I think those are the comparisons that we can do with these cameras. I guess that answers your question why you should get this Canon SL2 or a Canon EOS 200D, other than, you know, instead of getting cameras on a different brands. First, I don't know, it's not first, but yeah, A6000, Sony A6000, they are priced, it's a mirrorless camera, and they are, this 200D and that A6000 were actually they are priced, comparably the same on the market, but, it's Sony. I must admit that the Sony colors is actually great. It's just there are issues when that camera was released. The battery is not that great, so you have to purchase batteries, and the camera tends to heat up after a couple of minutes of video recording, and I don't want to experience those problems. So for me to be safe, I got this Canon 200D. On top of that, Canon lenses are much cheaper compared to Sony, so that's one of the factors that I consider, because I don't have a lot of funds to put into my account and purchase gears. I need to purchase the most affordable possible, yet that can still deliver, and I can still get the quality that I need from a camera. So yeah, basically what I'm using right now, this Canon 200D, is that I inserted a prime lens, a 50mm prime lens, and it's not even from Canon, it's from Yongnuo, so it's the cheapest one, cheapest prime lens with autofocus that you can get in the market. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll be posting videos with regards to this Canon 600D, that Canon 200D, about the Yongnuo lens that I'm using right now. If my other stuff as well, my great review of old phones that are still usable right now, which the one I'm using right now, this Google Pixel 6. And some more of my stuffs. I just want to share this information. I just want to share my insights with regards to these things that I have to other people. If in case that you need my advice, or you need my opinion with regards to this stuff that I have. If you want this type of video, the sit down video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Thank you so much for watching this first video that I created. I know it's not organized, it's not the best production you can get out of a YouTube video, but thank you so much for finishing. I'll be posting videos soon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Bye for now.